Look at her. Look at her,
This
you know,
way, young man.
fixing
Follow
stuff.
me. Come, the pipe's empty.
She's got her like
Where do you
old
go?
lady hobble. I like her old lady walk.
This way. We need to go. I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful man.
I imagine he just looked like Max Payne. Like, that's all I can see.
was maybe a little glad when she.
No. Obviously, he's literally Sam Lake in a diving suit.
He tried to look back, but you can't.
I mean, hey, we talked about those cheekbones.
Rides like that.
Right?
Starting to realize
Cheekbones so sharp and well-defined, you gotta hide them underneath a pressure
You're a
suit.
smarter man than
Yep.
Tom was. Which looked like her, but it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything he'd ever written out of the world. He was so famous. And afterward, no one knew.
I really like the story of Thomas Zane. More than I like Alan. Like, I kind of wish the game had gone more in depth than it even does about Thomas Zane, because I think his like little side story is like really interesting.
Refuse him. I built the
Yeah, man. You know, he's just like, oh, there's only one way to fix this, and that's to erase myself from existence.
Well, he didn't do a very good job of it, considering how he's talking to Alan.
twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me, you know, in television, from beyond, from below. We've both been touched.
Never from
by
above,
darkness.
though. That's
No.
reserved for the Lord.
That's right.
The darkness stays with you. You sustain.
That's why I always carry a Tide to Go. This episode brought to you by Tide to Go.
Take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friend.
This is not a very well-lit pipe.
Hey, it's better lit than you'd expect for a pipe.
Yeah, actually, you're right.
One of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Well, that's her name, so yup. I thought her name was Bob.
I just called her Sheriff.
We gotta go see if they're okay.
I thought her name was Sheriff. I thought it was an American thing.
You must reach the well-lit room. This is no time to be a selfish idiot.
That's my best friend.
Yeah, that's right. The hell with my friends. The hell with my friends. I'm gonna not be selfish and ignore
Well,
them.
be a fool.
Damn,
I'll
what?
use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
What did she expect him to say? Did she honestly think he would be like, no, okay, fuck my friends, let's do it, let's
I
go.
didn't have to worry about
Look, she's been
knew how to
in a
stay
war
safe.
mindset since the 70s. You know, the
I
war
guess
never ended
so.
for her. She is
War
basically
never ended.
she's the old lady version of the Punisher.
That's really good. I'm just imagining her with a gun that shoots knives, killing the Taken with it.
Thomas Zane knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he
I
also
hate the
knew
way
that
Alan says
despite his
love.
best efforts,
Love.
It might suddenly return.
Love.
So even as he rid
Oh,
himself and his world out of
love.
existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
Anything of Thomas Zane's stored in a shoebox, huh?
Thank God we're finally gonna get to walk a mile in Thomas Zane's shoes. I had no idea that Thomas Zane had such tiny, dainty feet.
That's actually interesting that they said a shoebox, for a reason that I will explain at the end of this episode, because I actually really like that specific line. But in the meantime, let's fight some more birds. Honestly, you don't even need to fight these birds. You really can just run away from them, but this episode would be a really weird length if I didn't fight the birds.
It would be some strange pacing. Plus, you picked up, like, all the batteries in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I have the supplies. I might as well use them.
It's because
That
you were in the
happens-
Punisher cave.
Yup, exactly. Well, no, we're not yet. We're on our way there. That's what the well-lit room actually is.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's where she keeps her racks and racks of military grade light bulbs.
Flashlights. We could have said so many things there. Like, so many, like, actual, like, military things, but I don't know anything about anything military-related, so I just said flashlights.
I don't think that she would carry guns. I think that she would just have, like, I don't know, like those Cobra Hood strobe light attachments that, that are so tactical.
Well, and that's the thing, right? So far, we have used guns to defeat the Taken after removing the darkness from them, but the flashbangs do show that you don't actually need a gun. Like, if the light is powerful enough, you can make them fuck off without it.
What if you just use like a camera flash? Oh man, I really feel like I want to think way too hard about this.
As far as I could tell,
Right, yeah, I know. It's such an interesting concept that the game does nothing with. It's so annoying.
This is why Thomas Zane gave us fanfic.
You know what? Thanks, Thomas Zane.
Praise Thomas.
Thomas be praised.
That's right. Thomas be praised. Barry, you missed, you dipshit.
I appreciate that Alan calls for Barry first and then Sheriff Breaker.
He loves Barry. Barry's his best friend.
I love Barry too.
Barry's his best and only friend.
God, what a sad life that would be.
What do you mean?
to have your agent be your only friend.
Well, you know, if you're an unpleasant sack of shit like Alan Wake, I suppose you gotta be grateful for what you have.
I guess that's true. And I mean, he is getting better, right? Like, do you think that at the start of this game, Alan would have saved his friends?
No, I think he probably would have said, this is intolerable, and then demanded that Barry, have a helicopter fly in to take him out of here.
You know what? I think he still would have done it. I think he would have done it, but he would have complained about it.
Oh yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Although, to
Yeah.
be fair, this is the Alan Wake who abandoned his darkness-phobic wife in the dark cabin.
Yeah. I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. Double middle fingers to her.
Yeah, that's right.
But what I think Alan has learned from this experience, if anything, is don't leave people in the dark.
Hey guys, don't mind me, just finding this secret cache of luminous of lights. I'm a writer.
I wonder... I'm a writer, I said, without a hint of irony.
I'm a writer, I said, as my aphasia kicked in. Sorry, I didn't mean writer, I meant tedious douchebag. Oh, gracious.
I'm a writer, I said. Don't mind my erection.
Hang on, have you seen this music video I did of all my novels?
Oh no, Skippy, why?
Oh!
Why you gotta do me like that?
You're right, I'm sorry, that was too savage.
What if Alan Wake wanted to do that? Like, do you think he would, like, even use Sony Vegas? Do you think he would just, like, scan in, like, the covers of the novels and then use, like, Windows Movie Maker?
Irrelevant, he'd make Barry do it.
Do you think Barry would use Windows Movie Maker?
I think he probably would. You know what he'd probably do? He'd probably buy, like, Adobe Premiere, but then he would, fuck up the encoding so that the video was 36 gigs.
Oh my god, I did that once.
Al, it's taking forever to get this on the YouTubes.
The YouTubes.
You gotta upload it, man. You gotta upload it so that people enjoy my retrospective.
Was that it?
I forgot to set it to unlisted, and now your new novel has broken street date. No! He said, Alan's like, you're fired, Barry. And Barry, like, it echoes in his head like, fired, 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 fired. Barry like spirals into darkness like a cartoon character. No!
The worst part is when he ends up getting a copyright strike from Poets of the Fall. And he's just so indignant about it. Yay!
I got one for this video.
Oh boy.
So my second idea for that music video thing was to just cut away to the actual music video they made. But I have a feeling that if I did do that, I would no longer have a YouTube account, so I decided against it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Well, it's time to defend our position. Again.
Alright.
It's like I said, there hasn't been enough of that in this episode yet, I guess.
I'm just really glad that Alan Wake, doesn't shy away from such trite convention as waiting for a very slow elevator.
I hit the button a bunch, but it didn't seem to make it go any faster.
It's okay, this will be great. I saw it on TV Tropes.
Ugh, do you think Alan Wake browses his own TV Tropes page to be like, yes, feed my lust for cliches?
You know that he's a compulsive self-Googler.
Ooh, yeah, I bet he is, actually.
Like, he's always, name-searching himself on Twitter to see if anyone's saying anything mean about him.
Hashtag Alan woke.
That's right. Hashtag Alan weak, more like.
Ooh, got him.
Yeah. What, Granola, could you do any better? I don't think so. Hit the button, Barry. We out. Let's bounce.
Mic drop. But actually don't drop it because I don't have the money for a replacement.
Yeah, so. Those are actually hyper expensive and quite fragile.
Like my ego.
That's right.
Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
Thomas?
Yeah, we gotta go to a place and find a thing, Barry. Get in the fucking corner.
Yeah, well, he was real.
I appreciate that Thomas Zane has become a ghost story. Like,
Let's be careful, okay?
what was the ghost story? Like, oh my god, there was this mythical author, Thomas Zane.
Yeah, that's right. Kids sitting around campfires telling stories about poets who may or may not have existed.
Like, what? I guess I don't get that. Like, I know, again, we talked about this. I know that Alan wrote that, but also, like, the real person who decided that line would be in the video game. What did they mean?
Yeah, it's... I don't know.
Like, he wrote himself out of existence, so him even being mentioned by people wouldn't be a thing, because if he wrote himself out of existence, then he never would have existed.
You just look after yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how does the lamp lady remember him, I guess? I don't know. Maybe the writer's ego is so strong that you couldn't allow yourself to be completely forgotten, so you had to keep little memories as a legend and like a piece of shit in a shoebox. Just a relic. Like, did he exist? I don't know. Holy crap, if we remember him though, he must have been amazing, when in fact the dude just wrote like dirty limericks for Playboy. that was his thing. He'd write dirty poems and they'd go under the erotic Shel Silverstein cartoons.
Yeah, there's a deep ocean, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's right. Of ball sweat, I guess. I'm not sure.
What? It's not where I expected that to go.
No, did I misread the situation?
I think you may have, but also, you know what? Whatever.
I always do this. Granola, you fool. Oh, you're so stupid. Stupid.
Oh, speaking of stupid, the darkness is back.
Man, yep. This hydroelectric dang turned into a gosh dang. Oopsie poops.
This gosh forsaken dang.
Son of a biscuit, am I right, folks?
I know. So I don't know if people will agree with me on this. I think this might be... I don't know if this will be a controversial opinion, but I believe that this is probably the weakest episode, I think. Like, I think this game peaked with the last episode.
Well, of course it did, because you had the pyrotechnic battle and Drunk Barry.
But not just because of that. I think that the intrigue also peaked, because now the game has started to roll out, like, here's what it all is, right? But I don't know. I don't think that they do that as strongly as they did the build-up, and I think that is a shame.
Yeah, I mean, necessarily any horror story is going to be weaker once you start explaining it.
Yeah. But I think this game's execution of it is where the weakness is. Because, like, not to spoil any future events of this Let's Play, but the meta-narrative stuff is basically over now. Like, now you know that Thomas Zane wrote himself out of existence, but he only trapped the darkness, and now Alan Wake has accidentally unleashed it, and so he needs to use the darkness's power against itself to fix things.
That's right. He must write his gosh dang buns off.
Exactly. But now that you know all that, what else is there, right? Now that you know all that, all that's left is for Alan to, like, do that.
Yeah.
And I think that is where this game's shortcomings lie, is that isn't nearly as interesting as the framing.
Yeah.
This is definitely a fun set piece, though.
Yeah. It's a good take on well, that was a good take on turret sections. Now this is a good take on
This is a good take on gravity.
Yeah, let's beat feet.
Yeah, we might want to book it. It's like we've seen this in our nightmare.
That's right. Let's boogie.
I'm just gonna play some disco music for the rest of this chapter.
That's right.
Okay, maybe I won't do that, but boy, would it be hilarious.
You should just overlay the song Runaway. Or would that be too on the nose?
I should overlay like the most stock music ever. Just like you hear it at the start of every Kickstarter project. It's like tingy ukulele with like light piano, and that's it. And like
so jangly, because we're indie folks. We're sweet and innocent. We have a product to share with you.
Alan Wake kickstarting his next novel.
Oh, I decided to go with crowdfunding ever since Barry kicked me to the curb because of this adventure.
Because he decided to become the agent for fucking the old gods of Asgard.
Yeah, I mean, they're due for a comeback because they're great.
They're on a comeback tour, baby.
Hey, it's you.
Hey, everybody. Don't mind me, just struggling to survive.
You made it.
I am sweating right through my tweed.
I'm glad I was wrong. But it was a foolish chance.
Actually, it's absorbing the sweat. He's just getting heavier.
Must weigh billions of pounds.
The reason the elevator is currently going down is because Alan Wake just weighs hundreds of pounds.
Power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
Barry's just like, boy, that's very convenient, isn't it, Al? And he's like, yeah, about that.
I suppose it's important to have hobbies. Mine's changing light bulbs.
During the Second World War, they operated here back then.
I met her on Lightbulbinder. It's like Tinder, but for fuck it.
You don't need to hear. It's me, Barry.
It's me, Barry, mouthpiece for C. Jacobs. Well,
Take it.
let there be light.
Many more, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
Please spare me from this tedious ritual.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Surprise! I told you that the game had played its hand, but it actually had one more surprise for you!
Wow! I can't believe I fell for a dirty C. Jacobs trick. And I can't believe that, that Alan, or that Thomas Zane saved the notebook page where Alan got laughed at for peeing at the urinal with his pants all the way down.
To imbue the talisman with all possible power.
That's a true story from my life, too.
I
was never taught how to properly use a urinal!
Oh my god. I knew a kid like that.
It was me!
Slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years.
So anyway, yeah, apparently Thomas Zane had the fucking clicker.
The clicker in his hand.
Since like the 70s.
And jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence in a story I had written.
Yup.
Yeah. Like, it's fine, I get
I
it.
can get
Meta-narrative,
I
but
can
it's
finish
really
this.
convenient.
It's convenient, but I really like that the game throws that in there. Like, it's just one line. That's the only time that anybody ever questions that.
Yeah.
Because you have to think, right? Okay. Okay, so this all started. That's the end of episode 5, by the way. What a good episode.
Congratulations.
Even though it's probably the weakest. I think it's cool that they actually do poke at you with that, even if they don't elaborate on it, which I wish they had at least a little bit. But, like, Thomas Zane moved to the cabin with his wife, and then all that shit went down, and the lake took control of her after a mysterious accident. And then what? Like, the game never makes it quite clear. Like, did Thomas Zane write Alan into existence? Or did he just write that about Alan?
I can't believe that we are inside a video game playing as Alan Wake, who is writing the story, who wrote that he was written into existence by another writer who he himself wrote.
I know, and that's what I'm wondering is, did Thomas Zane even exist? Cause that's the part that the game never actually gets into about all this, is, like, was Thomas Zane even real? Because, like, what if Alan was the one that uncovered the dark presence in the first place, and he wrote Thomas Zane into existence saying that Zane discovered it before him so that he would have a way out of the story? Like what if Alan came up with Thomas Zane with writing that Thomas Zane came up with him, and that's not actually what happened? Like, it could work either way, and I love it. I think it's great. It's so cool.
Is it an egg? Is it a chicken? Is it just an egg with chicken legs sticking out of the bottom of it? Who knows?
That's the question, right? Which came first, the Alan or the Zane? God, I might make a video about a couple of ways that the story could pan out. It's really interesting to think about.
Bonus points if you do it in a lab coat with a whiteboard.
I can do it like that one fucking bald guy. Hey, what's up? Vsauce here. Hey, what's up? C-Sauce. Jacobs here. Welcome to Science Hour with C. Jacobs.
Holy Hannah. Here at the C. Jacobs Institute for Narrative Convenience.
I still stand by what I said, though. I think the game has played its hand, and now we're just making our way to the end. And I think that's a shame.
We have a moment of narrative inevitability here.
Yes. And honestly, I think this is the only one. Like, I think this is probably the only time the game dips like that, because otherwise it's still very strong. But, you know, it meets its match, I think, in this episode.
Yeah, just trying to get all of this explanation out of the way so that we can get back to what we really want, killing enemies and carrying around a broken piece of a lamp.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Barry, but that too.
Barry will never leave us.
Never. Barry's journey through the night will continue.
I would really have enjoyed seeing a Barry-centric DLC.
Me too. Bye, everyone.